Yeah, we're for
Where's
real.
where's we timed it? Where's Spider-Man? We timed this right for where's
We really, for those of you who don't know, spoiler warning. If you haven't seen it already, at the very end. For those of you who have seen it, the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, Peter is wearing this new comic book accurate suit, which I love, by the way, and he just starts like swinging, and it's Christmas, and it looked like he was swinging. It looked like he was swinging right over top of wherever the big tree is. Usually, I believe. I'm not very familiar where it always sets at. I'm not even sure what that part of New York is like called. You have like Main Street or like what's the big like main area with all the stores and like all the advertisements and shit. What even is it? Times Square. I don't like you have like Times Square. I don't really know like what that part of New York is really called, but he's swinging right above there, and then clearly, like in a trailer for Hawkeye before this episode, the episode 6 even aired, you saw the this like battle that was going on in that area, like on the ice rink, and I don't know. I just thought I got my hopes up.
You were hoping for some kind of Spider-Man reference.
I got my hopes up. In all honesty, I would have loved a Daredevil. Anyways, like even if we didn't get Spider-Man, I would have loved Daredevil just as much.
Yeah.
But
I think this episode was pretty solid for the most part.
It really was. This was a great ending to the show. Whether or not they want to do a season 2 or not, I thought this was a really nice like ending to it.
Yeah.
They definitely answered a lot of questions. Like the watch was really his wife's, and I never saw that coming.
Theory. I did tell you that theory. I swear to God.
You didn't, and I'm glad that you didn't because
there was a theory. Yeah, there was a theory online where they were like, "Yeah, that's supposed to be what's her name, Clara Barton."
Yeah,
Clara Barton. They said that was her watch because they made this little headcanon that's how her and Clint met in the first place. Was that she was literally an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and she was like assigned to him or something.
I think somehow she's something in the comics. She's not just a wife. She's actually like something in the comics, whether or not it is a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent or it's like something else. And they just decided to make her a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent in the show. Because a lot of the times, even the minor stuff, they'll change like differently. Which I don't mind, as long as it fits the story and makes sense. In this case, it kind of does, because, like you said, she would have been assigned to him or whatever as like a partner, and then they became partners, like romantically and stuff, and then had a family, So it makes more sense now, referencing back to Age of Ultron when everyone finally went to his house as a safe house. He said that Nick Fury set this up for him a long while back. So that he could like have a life, outside of work. That was
right.
Yeah,
that like no one knew about.
Right, exactly. So if anything, it just kind of makes more sense. But oh man, I really want to touch up on something, and it's really bothering me. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, but we'll talk about the whole show, the whole episode. So in Kingpin's final moments, after this whole battle scene between her and between him and Kate, which was very weird, by the way. It was just like he was just like toying with her, just like throwing her around literally, and she was like trying her damn near hardest to like get a punch in. Of course she didn't. I did like how she like
why you trap yourself in a building with someone who just got hit by a car and literally got up and dusted his shoulder off.
Right, like you know what that is, right? It's just like when the game asks you to save your progress or like upgrade your equipment before you continue down this road. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah, and then she decided just to leap right into the boss room.
She's like level 1 going up against the level 50, dude. That's exactly what it is.
Dude. It's terrible.
I did like, however, how she decided to shoot him in the sternum. with a freaking arrow. Oh my gosh, like that's terrifying. And then he just literally like rips it off. He just swipes right and like rips it off. I'm like, what the hell?
He's so fat that he just absorbed the blow.
Man, that's what I aspire to be one day. I'm not fat. I'm like Kingpin size. So, you know, after the whole fight between her and him, he gets up. Of course, we don't see him, but like he's walking down this alleyway trying to escape. And immediately I was remembered from Daredevil season 1, like the last episode. And out of nowhere comes Maya, and she's, you know, she found out the truth, of course, and she's looking at him, and he's trying to like tell her like, hey, we're family. And then she points the gun at him, and then it pans away. The camera pans away a little bit.
Basically, Disney Plus censorship.
Right, and
like, don't do it, but you can't see it.
And then I'm like, that can't be the end of Kingpin. Like,
Honestly,
we finally got our MCU Kingpin, and they just decided to off him. That's not. I don't think I don't think he's really dead.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that he is, but the thing is with that is that they canonized. Let's say they did that. Let's say, you know, all arguments aside, they canonized all the Netflix shows. That means we have like possibilities for Iron Fist, which I know a lot of people are not excited about that. But anyway, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Punisher, which is I'm more excited for.
Right, right.
All that stuff, you know, you still have like I think 6 seasons worth of a Kingpin. I don't know how many seasons. I'm pretty sure it's 6 seasons of Daredevil. You still have a long story with this guy.
Well, I mean,
is it 6 seasons?
Daredevil was 4 seasons, yes.
He
wasn't
in.
To my knowledge, I still haven't finished season 2, but like I have yet to see him in season 2 yet, and he was only mentioned like once or twice in The Punisher, and I haven't even started with any of the other shows. Apparently there's an actual order. Well, I mean, of course there's an order, but like I just found out the order tonight is you're supposed to watch Daredevil season 1, then Jessica Jones season 1, and then it's Daredevil season 2, and then I think it's The Punisher.
Yeah, because The Punisher's first appearance was in season 2 of Daredevil.
Right. And then I think it's Luke Cage, and then Iron Fist, and then the Defenders, and then season 3 of Daredevil, season 2 of Jessica Jones, and so on and so forth. But
my point is that we still have like a lot of content with Kingpin.
Right,
like, yeah,
that's not even MCU. It's not really canon though.
I mean, doing this kind of made it canon.
Well, I don't know, but you gotta realize that. Okay, actually, you might be right, but I feel like until they actually officially announce it, it's not really canon. Granted, I just found out. How far are you in season 2? Well, actually, no, this was only season 1. You said that you watched all of Daredevil season 1, right?
It's been a long ass while, but yeah, I have.
Okay, so I'm not really spoiling anything. So in the first season, like towards like maybe the second to last episode, that writer, spoilers for Daredevil if you haven't seen it, it's been years, you should have by now.
Damn, you're always shaming our viewers every single time. If you haven't seen this, you are literally an ingrate.
Okay, never mind. Take back what I said.
But anyways, we're just gonna do this podcast when we mute Jordan's mic and it's just me.
Right, or just like someone will dub over. So
can't dub it over because it's what you say is the problem. We have to abridge it.
Right, that's what I meant to say. So back to like the second and last episode of season 1 of Daredevil. Ben, I don't remember his last name. This writer gets fired from his job and then goes home, and then later is confronted by Kingpin for going to see his mother, and you know them finding out facts about Kingpin and how he killed his father. So he literally took all of his stuff from his office and he hangs this picture up. And it's literally a picture of New York back in 2012. It's literally a snapshot of one of the Shatari, whatever those things that were flying around. I don't really know what, like, the word for those things are, but it's literally the picture of one of those just like dead hanging on top of a building.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay. So I had read somewhere previous that like they're technically canon, but they're not really like canonized. They're not really like announced that they were canon to the story,
Right.
to the main MCU story. They're just kind of referencing that this is where the timeline of those shows kind of meet up with what we're in the MCU right now.
There was one piece of dialogue, either in season 1 or season 2 of Daredevil, that like referenced Thor and I think another Avenger.
I
can't remember, but they did. It was like a piece of dialogue. I think it was between characters that are like kind of like background characters, but nonetheless, they did mention like a Nordic god with a hammer.
Nice.
And I think someone else, but I can't remember who else that was.
Season 2, they referenced Jessica Jones, because, like I said, you're supposed to watch Jessica Jones after season 1 of Daredevil, but that's about the only other thing that I ever noticed, other than the full appearance of Frank Castle, which was really good. I think season 2 is, so far is actually really good. But anyways, back to the show. Were there any parts that really kind of like irked you in this episode so far?
I mean, I feel like, how do I say that this I think the only part I really disliked was when she jumped out of the window for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, what was the point of that?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I mean,
number one, I don't think
level faster, but
maybe, but I still don't understand why. But also the way, like, the momentum that she had, she would still like get really hurt.
Oh yeah, like
doing that. And like I could see that like if she slowed herself down and like hit on the like have the building absorb some of that energy, I could see her doing that without getting hurt. People repel all the time.
Right.
But the way that they shot it, the way it was done, there was no indication that she slowed down. There was no indication that her momentum slowed, except very slightly, not to a point where it actually not hurt her.
Right, exactly. They did that in Black Widow too.
Yeah, I feel like your ankles would be a little swollen after that. A little bit.
You know what I'm talking about in Black Widow, right?
It's been a while.
It's this scene where after she got into like a fight with when she went to go see Yelena for the first time in years, and they get ambushed by a bunch of Black Widows, and one Black Widow falls out of like a 10-story building, and then she also gets Natasha also gets like kind of like thrown out at the same time, but she like hits a bunch of these objects, like pipes and stuff, but then like ends up doing a flip and like landing like upright, and I'm just like, they're acting like she has like the super soldier serum. She's still only like a human being, you know, like that doesn't make sense, like why they would do that. But I felt like that was like the vibe that I got from that little scene that you're referencing in the episode, but I don't know, it was kind of weird. So I guess it turns out that really that the mother was kind of like the bad guy. I feel like maybe some of the things that she was doing was slightly justified.
Rested mothers on Christmas.
Right, yeah, you're
Shut up.
You rest mothers on Christmas.
Shut up.
Yeah, I got bad vibes from her from like episode 1, so like that's kind of how you knew that something was up.
Right, exactly.
I don't know, like her sending an assassin, which was confirmed after Clint, and the assassin was Yelena. Whether or not that was like asked of by Kingpin or not, it probably was. I feel like the more Clint got closer to Kate, the more she was inclined to do something like this, just to like scare him off or like literally kill him. And like somehow Yelena was the one that was sent. Like how perfect is that? Like that's honestly,
like I feel like she was waiting for that contract. Like
probably
just like listening. Number one, where Clint Barton is. Number two,
Yes.
how much is she going to get paid for killing him?
I feel like
You know?
I feel like no amount of money would like she would turn down.
Oh yeah, I feel like she would definitely like take the job for like a freaking $5 and a 2 you know.
Right. I was really, I don't know, I guess I was expecting that we would have seen like Madam Hydra. Of course that's not her name again, but I really don't remember who she is, so we're just gonna call her Madam Hydra. You know who I'm talking about, at the end of Black Widow and at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I could have sworn that she was the one who sent the contract out on Clint, but maybe she was the one who like found the contract and gave it to Yelena because she knew that her sister was involved with Clint. So,
or here's the other thing: maybe she never really tried to. Maybe she never had any interest in Yelena at all. And then when she was like, she found this contract in like, I don't know, the black market or whatever network.
She wanted Clint dead for her purposes.
Yeah. So then that's when the scene at the end of Black Widow happened, when Yelena was at the grave, and then Lady Hydra came up and was like, "Hey, I want to pocket some cash. Would you like to kill this person?"
Nice. Yeah, because Yelena would have done it for nothing, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, of course, like, she may have given her
money,
but the cut definitely would have been in Lady Hydra's favor.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So that's probably that could be what happened. Maybe it was like right then and there. Like she was basically an agent.
Right.
Yeah.
They never really touched up on why Kingpin had Maya's father killed. They never really touched up on that.
They didn't. Yeah.
I hope that they did. But we still don't know. So that's kind of left out.
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
Also,
we might find out in the Echo series.
Oh, so. Yeah, that's right. The Echo series. I have no idea when that's supposed to be coming out. Whether it's like later this year or like January of next year.
Echo is literally Boba Fett, though.
Wait, what?
She shows up. She kills like the main honcho of the crime organization of everywhere. And
yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like
we're just saying that because we're so close. We're like literally next week is like Boba Fett.
Oh, is that next week?
It's the 29th, buddy.
Holy shit!
Are you excited?
I am very excited for that.
Okay. I'm hoping to God other people are going to be in this podcast with us, but I have no idea.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the task at hand. She basically Boba Fetted that shit.
Yeah, she literally did. I'm just, hoping that he's still alive because I definitely would love for him to be like the main protagonist or at least involved with because we still have like Spider-Man scenes that we need, the like live action Spider-Man and Kingpin fights that we need, and plus there's like the Daredevil show that we're going to be getting in Phase 5 because they haven't announced it for Phase 4. I think literally the last movie is supposed to be the Fantastic Four reboot. It's either that or Blade. But we only have a couple more shows left, which for this phase, which are She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and Miss Marvel. To my knowledge, I don't think there's anything else. But so far, I think the shows have been pretty solid so far. Of course, I think Loki is probably still my favorite.
I feel like the shows are just all like ushering in a new generation of heroes.
Yeah, no, they definitely are. They definitely are.
Create a new team because it's been years, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure Jeremy Renner wants to, retire.
He just wants to stop. No, exactly.
Yeah, and it reflects in Clint. Like, in the story, Clint's just like, I'm tired of this shit.
Right, exactly. It's kind of sad. But at the same time, they need to touch up on the character for them to have like a peaceful ending, and for the fans to even be like, okay, this character can now rest. We're done with him, like in a peaceful manner. You know what I mean? I'm also trying to think of some other stuff. I thought it was kind of really weird how they decided to get the what was the activity that they like to do? LARPing. LARP? Is it LARP? LARP?
Live action role play.
Yeah. I thought it was really weird how they decided to get the LARPing group involved
in. So weird.
Like, I didn't expect
But
them
they
to
don't
be at
have anyone.
the
They
party.
don't have anyone else.
Like,
You
I mean,
know.
that's
So I
true.
mean, I understand that. The one thing, like I understand using them because those are your assets. But
If those are your
I
only
feel like-
assets, you're.
We're all gonna die.
Reference to what Clint literally said as they were all dressed up in uniform, coming
So
outside
funny.
and directing
You know,
people.
that's the part that I didn't get was when they came out and they're dressed like a bunch of
Like,
Iron
what was the
characters.
point of that? Like, just to like feel cool, I guess, and like heavily involved. And the one big dude was like, "We're basically Avengers," and I'm like, "Please, somebody shoot him with an arrow.
No, shoot him.
Somebody shoot him."
Shoot him.
Stray
Shoot him.
arrow. Stray
Shoot
arrow
her.
from like two cities over. Probably like my favorite part is when they're building the trick arrows. I thought that was like really cool to see.
That was really cool.
And very informative on like how most of them work. You know. Also, go ahead.
No. I was going to say my favorite part, but you go on.
Well, I'm done my favorite part out. I was gonna get into something else, so go ahead.
So my favorite part was when she took down or temporarily took down Kingpin.
Oh yeah.
By doing a little like flipping thing.
Yes. Yeah, but did you notice what she flicked?
Oh yeah, his cufflink.
Yeah, like from the Daredevil show. So like that was kind of brought over, which I thought was a nice little touch.
Yeah, it was. But my thing is, the reason why I love that so much is because they were able to set up the arrows in a way where you're like, oh, they spent all that time and now it's that. So
right,
that kind of sucks. But they also brought back an old concept from an older episode and had that play out pretty well. And
right.
I really like when things do that.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. That was very well done. Of course, the highlight of this whole episode was when probably we actually saw Kingpin. And I'm going to be honest with you, he's in like a comic book accurate appearance.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that, dude.
Yeah, especially with the cane and like the fact that he's wearing jewelry. Of course, he never did that in Daredevil. He was always like dressed in black, like all serious. Of course, he's not serious in this show, but he was more like intimidating. I feel like he's not as intimidating in this show, but of course he's still like the big bad guy. You know what I mean? Like he's tough as shit. Because that's who Kingpin is. Because literally, like you get hit by a car and you're fine. Like that's scary, and you get shot in the sternum point blank with an arrow. Like, dude, like the hell. But no, I do appreciate that the comic book accurate look that they kind of went for with him. I do appreciate that.
In the spirit of the holidays.
Yeah, like what was that? Like in the spirit of
I
the
didn't like
holidays,
that
I
line.
want you to rethink your decision to leave the company. Like that was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. One thing that I've been thinking a lot about when they entered the party, I guess they like entered this fancy party to look for her mom and like save her, because for some reason Yelena was just like offering info to Kate like about her mom, which was weird, you know. I feel like you're getting paid to kill someone on the side. Like why would you care about anything like this, you know? But unless she knew that like something like bigger was afoot, and of course it was. But the one part that I was confused about, and I feel like it had more meaning than it did, was this little kid that Jack gets out of jail, and side note, Jack's not like a villain, but I think we like came to the conclusion that he kind of is like a bad guy. He's just kind of got like his own little organization going on the side, but it's nothing like bad like Kingpin's organization, you know what I mean? There's this little kid, and he goes to talk to Jack, and then the little kid's like, Jack, how are you doing? You're out of jail so soon. He's like, yeah, thanks to your father for bailing me out. And I'm like, I wonder who that is. I feel like that was a bigger like cameo to something that we should have been paying more attention to, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. Another cool like scene in the whole show I thought was it was a little bit like corny, but like the whole scene where Kate and Yelena are like running like is like side panel to the left in this building. They're like running and like fighting each other like low key, and at the same time like they're like trying to stop each other technically, like basically. I don't know, I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know, I guess we thought we would have seen more. I guess we like kind of thought that we would have seen different characters than we did during that whole like scene on the ice, but I guess we really didn't. But it was definitely interesting to see how like everything like
they were killing people.
They were definitely killing people in that whole scene. Like I
don't care how you do it. Like that one guy who got launched up into the air, he didn't stop.
Dude, he didn't stop. We don't know where he landed, but he definitely like had to have landed on like his arm that could have like broke and like stabbed himself in like the side.
He landed
on his neck. What are you saying? He could have landed on a car. Oh, a car.
Yeah, whatever that is.
What are you saying? He could have what?
Car, the planet.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't catch that at all. But yeah, I think we covered everything pretty much. Yelena ended up like stopped like going after Clint after they kind of had like a long talk about like, I guess she never really believed Clint on how her sister like sacrificed herself for the great of the universe.
Yeah.
Which I don't like how they didn't say universe. They just kept saying the world. Like she saved the world instead of like she saved the universe. I don't know. Kind of just like bothered me a little bit, but so then she kind of like I guess accepted the truth. And then just like stopped and went her own way. So I hope this isn't really the last that we see of Yelena. I hope that she'll be in like future projects and such. But
oh yeah,
because I think she's a good character. I think it brings more depth to like the Black Widows and like as like who they are, and that they're literally like assassins. I don't know. It kind of keeps like Black Widow's like memory alive a little bit too, which I like. But and then the whole episode just kind of ended with a nice, Dad's home. He gets
he got home in time for Christmas. That was pretty solid.
Yeah, that was an actual like nice ending, and it didn't end with anything like Kingpin's really alive and he just like killed Maya or something. It kind of like ended on a nice note. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I kind of like half expected him to like open the door and then Kate got out, which is what happened, but like I like expected it and then like I didn't expect it. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but it did end on a nice note.
I don't care that they call that dog Lucky. I'm calling it Pizza Dog.
It's definitely Pizza Dog. That dog is Pizza Dog now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a solid series, I think. What would you rate it?
A good 8 out of 10.
I'm probably right there with you.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good, but then there was like a few things here and there. I was like, seriously.
There was definitely some slow parts.
I feel like the story overall definitely made up for it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There was one thing I didn't like. I think I mentioned this in the past podcast when she. I just want to
go
point
ahead.
this out before we go. Was how I felt like the dialogue was really awkward when she was talking to that one Russian about his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, that was
being
like, so
a magic
weird.
dragon or something.
Right.
And then
they touched up on it again on this episode.
Yeah, honestly, this time around it was funny. Like
it was a little. It was
funny. That's probably why I didn't like it, was because it was literally the setup. That was so stupid. And then once the punchline hit, I'm like, I got it. So yeah. Anyway,
but yeah. So thanks for being with us on this season. Season 6 of Chaotic Warp podcasts.
Thanks for listening on Spotify.
Yeah,
if you listen on Spotify, you are so lucky, and you're probably extremely late. because so are we.
So
Yeah, intense.
been going through some stuff with like COVID related, so I definitely have like an excuse, but nonetheless it's still an excuse, but you know it's
yeah.
but anyways. But yeah,
I will hack your Anchor account right now.
please do. Anyways, definitely give us a listen for next season, which is gonna be next week. I don't know how many episodes Book of Boba Fett's gonna be, but I'm definitely looking forward
Did
to
you
it.
say it like that?
What? Book of
Boba Fett? Yeah.
I don't know how many episodes Book of Boba Fett is going to be, but I'm still looking forward to it. So,
Oh yeah.
So definitely look forward to that.
That's what our Steven Seven's going to be about.
Huh?
That's what our Steven Seven's going to be about.
Yeah, and then like season 8 will be probably like whatever next show they decide to release, which will either be She-Hulk or Miss Marvel. They literally still have yet to tell us which one's coming first, and it's so close. But they have their hands full with the new Star Wars show anyway. So, but yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Tune in next time. We do stream from time to time on Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/hotpocket61. Follow Tristan at twitch.tv/ApolloYourKing.
If I ever stream on Twitch, I'm probably depressed because I'm working for Amazon at that point. Go
right.
on.
Mainly, you'll find him on YouTube, though. On the YouTube channel streaming. But,
yeah, the Chaotic Corp. Yeah.
The Chaotic Corp podcast. The Chaotic Corp stream.
Yes.
But, yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
All right. Thank you.